I'm Dylan Black. Welcome back. Tamara Kronis is with us right now. She is a chief goldsmith. She's a gemologist. She's a jewelry designer, all with Studio 1098 out of Toronto. Hello, Tamara.
Hi.
What is it like to be a chief goldsmith?
It's quite awesome. Yeah. We get to help people celebrate the happy occasions in their lives, and we make everything that we sell in our studio. Mm-hmm. So we really get a chance to get to know people through the custom design process.
Okay. What exactly is a goldsmith, though?
Oh, a goldsmith is someone who makes jewelry.
Okay, simple as that. And a gemologist is somebody that studies jewelry or the stones? Gemstones. So I've done some diamond grading, and I've also qualified for my gemology certification, actually both in Canada and in the UK. Mm-hmm. And I got to tell you, it's a 3-day exam, and it is the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. You need to know your stuff.
You need to know your stuff.
How long has the store been open for, Studio 1098?
So I've been a goldsmith for almost 14 years, and the studio's been open for 7.5 years. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's actually really terrific. I have a fabulous team. I actually only hire goldsmiths, and so I have 5 goldsmiths right now that are working with me in the studio to execute my designs, and it is really it is so much fun.
Yeah. Okay. You seem to enjoy what you do.
Yes.
which is a lovely thing, and you keep winning awards as well. So let's brag a bit. Talk about some of the awards that you've won.
Well, if you were to try and find some of the best, like if you were to Google best jewelry stores in Toronto, you might find us quite easily.
Well, that's a pretty good thing, because Toronto's pretty large, and there's a lot of stores, a lot of businesses, and to be one of the best, that's got to feel pretty good. It
feels great. I mean, the really nice thing about it is many people have had jewelry experiences where they're not exactly sure what they're going to get, and what we do is we try really hard to listen to people and to make sure that we're going to be able to produce things that they expect.
No, which is good.
Yeah, it's just this minor thing. It's listening to people.
Which is always good to listen to people, your clients. Okay, so you are here to give us some tips, some cleaning tips, I guess to make it easier, to make your life easier tips, basically.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is that, you know, people buy jewelry and they have it, and the question becomes, you know, how do you keep it looking great? What do you do? I mean, the first thing I want to show you is, what do you do? So many people have found themselves in this situation. You're home alone. You need to go to an event, you want to put on a bracelet, and there's no one there to help you. Okay,
that's a good one. So you got a bit of a tip for us.
Yeah, so I mean, this is I grew up in the MacGyver era. So this is the
MacGyver.
If you find yourself, you know, under a table, and you know,
and you need to put a bracelet on.
And you need to put a bracelet on. What you need is a paperclip. All you need is a paperclip. And you should ask
yourself while you're under that table.
These are, you
wanting
know,
to put a bracelet on.
We don't judge people.
Okay, good. So you have a paperclip?
So I have a paperclip and I have a bracelet, and I'm sitting here and I'm going.
Here comes some tips.
So here comes some tips. So step number 1 is you take the paper clip and you open it up into an S shape.
Ooh.
So then what we're going to do is we're going to take the end of the bracelet. We're going to try and open it up and hold it open. And then I'm going to put the end of it on my paper clip, just like this, so that I've switched the end. And now what I'm going to do is put it up to my wrist, bring it around, and then I can just hook this in here, pull out the paper clip, and away I go.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Did you figure that out by yourself? Like, is that something you MacGyvered up?
No, this is one of those tricks of the trade that I could tell you how I learned it, but it wouldn't work out well.
Well, no, I mean, you know, you didn't go to school for years to be a goldsmith, gemologist, and jewelry designer just to give away your tips right here on live TV.
Well, no, the tip you can have.
But anyway, okay. All right. So I know you have a bunch of things. Are we looking at the knot next too? Because I see that you've got a chain that's in a knot. So how would you undo that knot safely?
So this is MacGyver problem number 2.
MacGyvering? Okay.
You're at home. You want to go out. You've got a necklace that you want to put on. I mean, this must happen to you all the time.
Oh, I'm always wearing bling.
And you go and you pick it up, and your chains are all tangled.
Yeah.
So one of the things it's great to do is you're going to want to lay everything out, and then what you want to do is you want to try and find a knot where you can see a hole.
Yeah.
And if you have a pin, and this is the large for TV pin, it's what could go wrong on live TV.
Nothing at all.
So
never.
you're going to want to find your knot. You want to get your pin into the space in the knot and get it in there. And then what you can do is just pull the knot out.
Ooh, seamless.
Yeah, and
effortless.
Seamless, effortless. What could go wrong on live TV?
Nothing ever.
Nothing ever.
Right, cool. Now I'm noticing, so is that some Windex? You got some baking soda and some ketchup. I don't know which order you want to do things in here because all this stuff is blowing my mind. So do you want to get to that, or is this related?
Well,
what are we looking at now?
It's all related together. So one of the questions I get, we make a lot of custom engagement rings, and sometimes we work with couples, and sometimes we work with the person who's proposing. But when someone comes into the store and says, "Thank you so much for making my engagement ring. The proposal was so much fun."
She said no. Okay, sorry, no. How do we what?
This does not happen.
No.
We do not even joke about these things.
Okay.
But question is, how do I take care of it?
Yep.
And lots of people, and I did this sort of to prepare to come in. You Google on the internet, how do I clean my jewelry, and what do I do with my silver jewelry? What do I do with my gold jewelry? Now, for gold jewelry, gold jewelry with stones, for most stones, certainly gold and diamond jewelry, all you really need is soap and water.
Okay.
And one of the really useful things to have is a toothbrush where you can take sort of soap and water and just sort of scrub your jewelry. So you just sort of scrub it. And I've got this piece of masking tape that I put around the bottom of this toothbrush, because once you've used this to clean your jewelry, you never, ever want to use it to brush your teeth again. And I actually do this in the I do this in the bathroom in the morning. So if you're though going to try and clean, so the internet tells you that there's all these products that can clean jewelry, and I took this sort of old tray and tried a bunch of the products out. And what you'll see is this looks really white, but it's quite abraded. So one of the sort of tricks of the internet is you're supposed to be able to use toothbrush, but these days toothbrush have all kinds of like micro beads and special things. So what we use in the studio, which is really the best method that I've found and is here, is some baking soda, soap, and water.
Yep.
You just rub it on the thing that you're trying to clean.
Yep.
Brings it up to a nice polish, and away you go.
Simple as that?
Simple as that.
Wow. Where exactly in Toronto can we find you?
So we're at on Yonge Street between St. Clair and Bloor, and if you have questions about how to maintain your jewelry, you can also reach us through our website.
Tamara Kronis, thank you very much. Studio 1098 in Toronto.
Thank you so much for having me.
We appreciate all the tips. Helped us out in a big way. Coming up, pharmacist Paul Brooks joins us next right here on Daytime.